Hello, folks on YouTube. I'm John Clement, and welcome in the Watertown. It should be a heck of a game as these two teams meet up for just the first time in history. Watertown been a very familiar opponent for teams from Elmira this season. As now we welcome in all of the listeners here on YouTube and now all of our listeners on Mixler.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're thrilled to have you here as we once again are set to present the first ever meeting between the Elmira Pioneers and the Watertown Rapids. The first ever time these two teams have met, and we'll have to see how this one kicks off. Before we get too far into the broadcast, want to thank our great sponsor of our pregame show, Miller's Mowing. If your field isn't game day ready, give them a call, 607-302-8226. Looking out there, our field is looking pretty game day ready. We want to thank all of our great field crew and all of the wonderful people who take part in the Pioneers organization for getting us ready for game day. Everybody's getting set now as we look down and around the stadium. The Pioneers have had a day off now, hopefully got a little bit of the jitters out. Certainly have had a rough start to the year as the Pioneers look to improve on a record that was once very promising, a 2-0 record coming out of the gate here at Dunn Field. Just unfortunately has not continued as the Pioneers look to rebound a little bit here. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They're going to turn to a pitcher who had a heck of an outing in his first one, Keegan Ernest. Ernest, a 6'1", 205-pound sophomore at Niagara College from Horseheads, New York. He recently committed to Tuscaloosa University to continue his playing career, and after an impressive sophomore year this year in which he appeared in 6 games as a starter going 4-2, he averaged over 10 strikeouts a game, over 14 against the conference, and in his 6 starts, he pitched complete games 4 times with shutouts in 2 of them. The last time that Keegan pitched, of course, we had the rain delay. We had quite a few issues here at Dunn Field, but he already had hit 10 strikeouts by the time that he had to come out of the game. He had only had to really pitch 4 innings as well, so certainly hope that he'll be well rested coming into this one. And the Pioneers, of course, did get the win the last time he was on the mound, so hopefully that can continue as well. Looking across the diamond, of course, going to be always interesting as every team has their own different share of exactly what kind of complications are going to be held up out there. The starting pitcher on the other side is going to be Drew Mead, a sophomore out of Marymount. He's from Bushkill, Pennsylvania, a left-handed thrower. The Pioneers have not seen a lot of left-handed pitchers this season, so it'll be an interesting matchup. We'll get into the specifics batter by batter, but we want to run through the order of both sides as Emil Matty will lead off for the Watertown Rapids wearing number 3 playing center field. Derek Kasperzik playing right field and wearing number 1. Tony Sochi designated hitting wearing number 34. Vinny DeRubius is playing left field and will be wearing number 8. Michael Rounds, the first baseman, wearing number 9. Brandon Taylor playing third base wearing number 6. Cale Showers, the catcher, number 17. Danny DiMarzo playing shortstop wearing number 20. Nate Chase, the second baseman, wearing number 16, rounds out the order. For your Elmira Pioneers, brand new leadoff hitter, number 10, Jeff Mejia playing left field. Number 27, Preston Moore playing third base. Number 12, Ryan Teshko playing center field. Number 29, Cam Redding playing catcher. Number 16, Kyle Richardson, designated hitting. Number 6, Nathan Berg playing second base. Number 23, Brennan Dorigi playing first base. Number 21, Davis Zur re-enters the lineup playing shortstop. And number 1, Garrett Schultz will round out the order for the Elmira Pioneers. The umpires taking to the field now. We should be seeing the 2 managers make their way out to have the pregame huddle, and we'll hope for a much better result out of the Elmira Pioneers this game. Want to remind everybody once again, if your field isn't game day ready, call Miller's Mowing, 607-302-8226. A big thank you to Miller's Mowing for sponsoring the pregame show. We've got about 10 minutes to game time as you're seeing the Excellus Blue Cross bat boy running out and delivering the balls to the umpire. If the foul ball numbers are the same as we've been seeing over the past little while, that's going to be a busy job all night long. The Pioneers have been certainly getting the bat on the ball, just unable to connect it and put it straight. That's been an issue for the Pioneers this season. Couple of issues as we look through the stat sheets. Not been the greatest of starts for the Pioneers, but it's a long season and we're only 6 games into it, as the Pioneers will hope to right the ship right away. Of course, during the years that the Pioneers were going to Western Conference Finals year after year, they started out the season rough. One season a couple years ago started 3-9. Another season started 4-7. There's these seasons that just don't get underway the way you hope, but baseball is a long and transient season. The Pioneers have struggled with the pitching. Of course, they haven't had all their pitchers reporting to camp right away, and now they've had to make adjustments, and I think they've done a good job of dealing with what they had. We saw an amazing first 6 innings the other day out of the starting pitcher, Noah Rubino. He came out, he's had 2 quality starts. You can't deny that. He's pitched 11 innings. He's only given up 6 hits, only 1 run, none of them earned. Of course, the one knock against him might be the 7 base on balls, but 13 strikeouts. Absolutely impressive for Noah Rubino. Keegan Ernest, who, again, he's had a quality start. He does have the win in the 4 innings he pitched, giving up 2 hits, 10 strikeouts. I'll tell you what, you can't ask for a much better appearance out of a starter than Keegan Ernest had just a short while ago. He's going to have to come out and have similar stuff here tonight. I'm sure he can do it. He's got a catcher behind the plate in Cam Redding, who's really called an efficient game as we've started off the season. All 3 catchers really for the Pioneers have been solid players back behind the dish, and the best thing you could hope for is to have some good quality communication, some solid presence back there behind the plate. We do want to remind everybody also that today is Friday, which means it's Ferrogas Friday. Head on over to our YouTube, meet some of your Elmira Pioneers. We started that last week. We've got another one going on right now. And we do want to remind everybody and thank everybody tuning in here on youtube.com tonight. That link was shared on our Facebook page a little bit earlier today, so you can watch along with the action. Got a little bit of a weird hue tonight from what I'm seeing, so I hope everybody out there in YouTube land is having a good view of the field as the 2 managers are meeting at home plate to discuss the layout and the ground rules of historic Dunn Field. If you haven't had a chance to get out this season, don't forget to get out to Dunn Field this summer. If you have a group of 10 or more, bring them out to an Elmira Pioneers game. We've got amazing discounted rates, incentives to bring your group out. You're going to see one of them tonight. We call it Baseball Buddies. As the Pioneers take to the field, they'll be bringing out a couple of Little League teams, getting their chance to take the field with their favorite baseball players, the Elmira Pioneers. And of course, if you just haven't been to Dunn Field in a while, the historic feel, you feel it when you walk right through the gates, and it's something special, folks. I had never been to Dunn Field before this season, and it has been quite amazing to walk in here. Think about the players who have played here. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Lou Piniella played here. Curt Schilling has pitched on this mound. This is a historic place to watch a baseball game, and especially for these young players who are playing right now, fresh out of college, this is a heck of a place to play. So hopefully we're set for another good matchup. Watertown and Elmira, we feel like that's been something we've talked about quite a bit, as Watertown and Elmira have battled in hockey quite a number of times, including in the playoffs this year. The Elmira Enforcers, of course, coming out on top in that series, and the Elmira Pioneers will try to follow suit and do the same thing against Watertown in the baseball side of things. Watertown will be on the agenda here, not too far down the road either. A trip up to Watertown, one of the longest of the summer. Watertown and Adirondack, right about equidistant as far as the travel time goes. And don't forget, after tonight and tomorrow, of course, being Scout Night here at historic Dunn Field, the Pioneers head back on the road on Sunday. So another little break here of baseball action that will take place on the road from historic Dunn Field. And certainly the Pioneers love to play at home. They've got a 2-1 record here. Not as great on the road as they sit 0-3 at the present moment. Watertown comes in 4-1. They've had a heck of a start. 2 wins at home, 2 wins away. They've yet to lose on the road. The Pioneers hoping to change that here today. Watertown has had the fortune of having a game rained out against them as well. So they're dealing with that as best that they possibly can. And the Pioneers are just trying to right their ship, as I've mentioned a few times here in the pregame show. You see now, as the Pioneers begin to take the field, quite a lineup there behind the Pioneers starting outfield. as now Teshko will get no one to follow him. Baseball Buddies is quite a program. If your little leaguer wants a chance to run out onto Dunn Field and be introduced with the Elmira Pioneers, give us a call today, 607 734 2690, and get your chance to run out onto the infield or outfield grass here at Dunn Field and enjoy a game with your Elmira Pioneers. We're just about wrapping it up here as we remind you again, if your field isn't game day ready, give Miller's Mowing a call, 607-302-8226. We're going to step aside for just a minute. We'll be back after the national anthem. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers here on Mixlr.com and watching us live on YouTube.com. All right, so the Horseheads Middle School Band just led us through a rousing rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. And, well, folks, it's always a good time. So make sure you get your crowd out here to check out all the action here live at Dunn Field. Can't thank you all enough for tuning in. Hope everybody's got a great view over there on YouTube.com. And I do appreciate everybody on Mixlr.com, the home for the Pioneers all season long, as well as your Elmira Enforcers, which we want to remind you, season tickets are already on sale for hockey season. So even those folks listening in from Watertown, make sure to check out an Elmira Enforcers game this year, 607-734-PUCK. Pioneers looking to get things started off here, and they've got a long road ahead of them. They have not had the success in the last 4 games, including Wednesday night at home. The Pioneers definitely going to be looking to find a way to get things to roll a little bit more. The scoring came early, and some great pitching by Noah Rubino on Wednesday night. The bullpen couldn't hold the lead, so it's going to be a tall task for the Pioneers as Keegan Ernest comes in and will hopefully lead things off, get things going the right way. He and Noah Rubino, I just can't say enough. They've played now with Rubino's second game, 3 great games, and it's going to have to continue if the Pioneers are going to have success. They tell you right there, starting pitching wins championships. And now the Pioneers are going to have to show exactly how true that is. So we look down, we've got Ernest taking his last couple throws here. The infield looks ready, and that means it's just about time for Pioneers baseball. As we talked about before, the starting lineup going to start off with the center fielder, Emil Maddie. Maddie, who comes in, he's a sophomore at Wagner from Parsippany, New Jersey, 5'9", a $165 as far as height and weight. As we continue to check things out as he steps into the box, he's started 3 games. He's batting .400, had 10 at-bats, 4 hits, has a double and a triple to his credit, 2 RBIs. So we'll see what he can do here as Keegan Ernest looks in. He gets the go-ahead from the umpire and will deliver his first pitch, hammered and right out there to left field. And 1 pitch, and the runner is already on. So Maddie improving that batting average. Pioneers just on 1 pitch give up a hit here early. Not exactly the start you would think they would want. As coming in, Derek Kasperzik, the right fielder, he's also batting .400. He's had 5 at-bats, batting 2 for 5, 1 game started. So just recently getting his opportunities here. See what he can do. Check of the runner, the windup, the delivery, and a pulled back bunt for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, as they're definitely going to be looking to advance Maddie. Maddie, who literally faced 1 pitch. If you tuned in late, you missed Maddie's entire at-bat. As now the check over at first, the throw, and in there for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. As Maddie went 1 for 1, Kasperzik trying to follow things up and do exactly the same. Checking down, Ernest looks. He checks the runner at first twice, 3 times, and now will deliver, and that one is in for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, and still some concern over there at continuing to check on Emil Maddie. Maddie, so far this season, has 3 stolen bases, so quite a few reasons to be concerned. As there's the delivery, and no, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ernest wanted that one, and Redding turning around and asking where that one missed. He thought he framed it, but did not quite get that one in. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Keegan Ernest looking. Ernest. Ernest checks the runner at first again, and now will throw over, and that one not quite in time. So, again, we say Ernest has given up one single on 1 pitch, and now he's gone pretty deep here. 2-2 count. He winds it up again, delivers to home, and swing right back to the pitcher, throwing back towards second. Nobody there, so he'll turn and throw to first. He wanted that one, but Kasperzik goes down 0 for 1. The first out is made. Nobody covering on second, and that one regrettable, obviously. Tony Sochi coming up to bat now. He is batting .353. He's played 4 games for the Watertown Rapids so far. 6 for 17 over those games. He's got a double and 2 home runs. So we'll see what Sochi can do here. The windup and the pitch. That one just outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So the runner on second now is Maddie. Maddie, we already talked about his stolen bases. He's certainly quick, can move. Just disappointing for Ernest. He thought he was going to get a chance for a double play there. Swinging strike on the next pitch. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown as the Pioneers pitcher looking to quickly remedy the problem on first, as he had that bouncer right back in the last at bat, but nobody covering second kept him from securing the out at second. Big swinging strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Don't forget, you can be an all-star. Head on down to Tioga Downs this summer. See Smash Mouth as part of their summer concert series. As now, Ernest comes set. Staring in, he delivers, and swinging, that one's fouled off down the third base line. So not as much checking now on Maddie back on second base. May not be as keen to get the jump here over to third, as really Ernest hasn't had to keep him too much in check. We'll see what happens now as Ernest looking at nobody really keeping Maddie on over there at second. Zurer pulls himself back off the bag. Ernest delivers, and outside and high, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Keegan Ernest looking in again. He's waiting for the sign. Gets it. Comes set. He delivers and high again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3-2-1 count. As now Ernest comes set. He looks in for the sign. Have to see. Got to think he's going to get something to hit here. As Ernest looks in, looks back at the runner at second. Again, nobody keeping it tight. As here's the delivery, and this one is popped up. Infield. It's in on the edge, and there's the catch from the first baseman. So a great play there by Brennan Derigi. Derigi comes away with the grab, and that'll put it to 2 outs. So interesting to see how this one plays out as Vinny DeRubius comes up. The second and third batter both going 0 for 1. DeRubius stepping in. He's a .308 hitter right now through 3 games. 4 hits on 13 at-bats, including a double and 2 RBIs so far on the season. So he's got that runner in scoring position back there in second as the pitch is high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So haven't seen the those foul balls we have talked about pretty regularly over the first few games here at Dunfield. Maybe that's still to come as we're only in the top half of the first, but foul balls have become a pretty regular thing here through the Dunfield first 3 games as that one's in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. DeRubius getting set as once again Ernest staring down at his catcher. He looks back at second, winds, deals, swinging strike number 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Keegan Ernest looking to get his first K of the night. So far he's had a ground ball and a pop up to first. We'll see what he can do here. Ernest comes set. He looks in, looks back at the runner at second, and delivers. And that one is connected with out towards left field. And that's going to get over the head off the wall. That'll drive in a run. And the throw coming into second will be cut off, and a double by Vinny DeRubius. So 1 for 1. He knocks in the RBI with the double. And that will bring up the next batter in the lineup, Michael Rounds. Rounds coming in. He's batting .667. Has played in 2 games as a starter. An interesting stat line here. 3 at-bats, 2 hits. He scored a run. So we'll see what he can do here. Not a ton of stats to look at here on Rounds, as that one's in for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. The Watertown Rapids have hit the board first on 2 hits. Already the 5th batter in the order here in the top of the first. Ernest with the delivery. That one's sent to right field, and this one will get down and off the wall again. This is going to drive in another run as Rounds comes around and will stop at second. That one getting by the shortstop, and it will roll, but the first baseman will not advance as, again, he doubles and drives in an RBI. So 2-0 the score. Both runs coming with 2 outs. And that will bring up Brandon Taylor. Taylor, who's batting .083, 12 at-bats. He's had but 1 hit. Has scored 3 runs. Has a double to his credit, 2 RBIs. So a runner still on second. We'll see what he can do here. As the Pioneers just want to get out of this inning, already down 2-0 here in the top of the first. Ernest looking in. He sets, delivers. Big swinging strike, as that's an 0-1 count. So Ernest looking in for the sign again. Back-to-back RBI doubles from DeRubius and Rounds have led to the 2-0 score. Wind up, pitch, deal, swinging strike number 2. As Ernest, again, 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As now, looking in yet again. Ernest, hearing the applause of the crowd, he looks back towards second, winds up, deals, and high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we talked about it here. Taylor hopefully a good spot to make this final out. He's a sophomore from Monmouth, a North Smithfield, Rhode Island native, right-hander, 5'11", a buck 80. Pitch is inside, ball two, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, another Tioga Downs showdown. Don't forget to stop by Tioga Downs, try out their table games. Fun night for everybody at the Tioga Downs table games. Looking in. Ernest now checks the runner at second. Checks again and delivers. And this one is hit high down the foul line and foul off the Holiday Inn sign down on the right-hand side. That'll send Rounds back to second base. So Rounds goes back to second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 5 pitches in the at-bat already for Keegan Ernest. Ernest comes set. He's ready. Looking down. Checks the runner at second. Winds, deals, and strike 3. Punched out. So Keegan Ernest sends Taylor down with the strikeout, and now the Pioneers have work to do. When we come back, Jeff Mejia, Preston Moore, Ryan Teshko to lead it off. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, we are back as the Watertown Rapids getting their first shot here as they get warmed up. Drew Mead taking to the mound. Mead has a 7.20 ERA. Wow. 2 games, 1 game started. He's pitched a total of 5 innings, given up 7 hits, 4 runs, and 3 bases on balls. So he's also given up a home run and a double in his time out there. We'll see what he can do here against the Pioneers, who will start it off with Jeff Mejia, the sophomore outfielder from UMass Lowell. He's from North Reading, Massachusetts, and was a 3-sport athlete during his high school days. So we check out Mejia's stat line. He's been in 4 games, started 3. He's batting .250, 2 hits, 8 at-bats, and we'll see what he can do. He's had 3 bases on balls as well, so his on-base percentage, very, very good. But now we'll have to see what he can do as he comes up to be the first batter against Drew Mead. Want to remind everybody it took exactly 1 pitch for Watertown to get things started in their half of the first. Of course, now they have a 2-0 lead over your Elmira Pioneers. Mejia awaits the pitch delivered and outside ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes. So, Pioneers will be looking to get something started here. It's been a rough outing for them here over the last 4. That one in there for a strike, 1-1. As Mejia has certainly been a welcome joining to the team here. He has played a part here as he fouls one off. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mejia's speed is certainly one of the biggest assets to his game. We'll have to see if he can utilize it here, as he needs to get things started off as the leadoff hitter for the Pioneers. As the pitch comes in, and that hits him, so he's going to go down to first. Gets a hit by pitch in his first at-bat, so no official at-bats for Jeff Mejia. Preston Moore now coming in as he makes his first appearance of the game. Moore, a freshman infielder from Samford College. He is batting .444, leading the team after just 2 games. 4 hits in 9 at-bats, scoring 3 times and driving in 2. big hole here on the first base side as the second baseman playing very, very close to second there. Mejia did come into the game 2 days ago looking at possibly as a pinch runner. Thought we might see him try to steal, but did not make the attempt. So a conversation there with the manager of Watertown and the umpire. Everything seems to be fine now as Preston Moore will get his first at bat. Both teams starting by putting a runner on base. Mejia gets there via the hit by pitch. On the other side, Watertown got there with the hit as this one is driven out towards center and right to the center fielder. So Moore will go down 0 for 1. The runner stays at first base. That brings up Ryan Teshko. Teshko, one half of the Teshko twins, a 6'0", 185-pound outfielder from Old Dominion. Teshko, he hasn't had a hit yet in 8 at-bats, has scored a run, reached on an error, and had a walk. So we'll see what Teshko can do here tonight. Teshko coming in, looking over at Mejia at first as the pitcher comes set, delivers, and that one is in for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Both runs in the top half of the first did come with 2 outs, and the Pioneers have certainly been great with 2 outs here in the first few games of the season, but need to find a way to execute throughout the inning as Mejia teases stealing. That one's going to be thrown outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. As now, once again, excuse me, for those of you listening on Mixler.com, that commercial break ran a little long. As that one is hopping away. This is going to get back to the screen. And off on his horse is Mejia. He trips over second base. He's committed. He's going all the way to third. Mejia makes it into third. So, interesting interesting how far back the screen sits here at Dunn Field. So, gets a chance to get all the way around, not only to second, but to third, advancing on that passed ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the Pioneers trailing 2-0 at this moment. Again, want to thank everybody listening in as the pitch is delivered, hit there, and bounces on the third baseman, trying to get there and scores the run. So an RBI goes to Ryan Teshko, and we'll see if they score that an error or a hit. But Teshko winds up on first, and the Pioneers pull back to within 1. So there's a run up there. Waiting to see if this is it goes as an error, so Teshko will reach on an error, and that will bring up Cam Redding. Redding, a catcher and freshman from Willamette, Illinois, who attended New Trier High School before committing to St. Louis University. He comes in, has been pretty decent at the plate so far, 308 batting average, as the throw is inside, and the catcher manages to get in front of that one. So again, we said 308. He's got 4 hits and 13 appearances, including 2 doubles and 3 base on balls. 2 doubles and 5 base on balls. He's had a heck of a start here, as that one's inside yet again. 2-0 the count, 1 out. As we watch again, having a little trouble here. Drew Mead struggling his way through, has not given up a hit, but has allowed a run on the error there at third base. Wind up the pitch, and again outside. 3-0 the count. Cam Redding, we'll see what he does here. He certainly has an eye in at the plate. Going to be looking to get on base here. Only 1 out in the inning. Mead delivers, and in there for a strike. Taking all the way was Redding. No doubt on that one, as Redding just wanted to see if he could earn the walk, and why not? Redding out there now. He waits. Mead winds and delivers, and Redding will swing away. This one going down the first baseline and foul. So brings it back home. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3-2-1 count. As once again, Teshko stands on first with the error, as he reached on that error and drove in a run. So it does have the run batted in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Teshko on first. Redding at the plate. As Richardson waits on deck, the delivery, and Redding with a swing and a miss. He strikes out there. That's going to bring up Richardson. Richardson comes in. He's played in 2 games, batting $143, 1 hit in 7 attempts. That 1 hit, though, a double for 2 RBIs. So not a bad way to get things started. As now Richardson comes in, he gets the sign down there. Still has the runner at first. Pioneers trailing by 1, 2 outs. And the Pioneers have found some 2-out magic in the past. We'll see what they can do here. The runner is off and going. He's going to get to second, and he is in safe. So a stolen base for Teshko. As once again, the Rapids will have a conversation out there at the mound. We'll see there's some conversation there now between the manager and the home plate umpire. As now we look out. Runner in scoring position. As we await, I believe we've got a 1-0 count. As looking in, Mead getting set. He's got the runner at second. Be a little bit surprised to see Teshko come to third. And he will wait. Swing and a strike. So a ball and a strike up on the board. Hold on, umpire calling. No, they're calling it 0-2, excuse me. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And just this last opportunity here for Richardson. As now, no balls, 2 strikes. Mead sets. He starts his windup, delivers. Richardson waiting. He fouls that one off. So no balls, 2 strikes. Continues over one more time. As we wait. The delivery coming shortly here as Richardson looking to get just his second hit of the summer. Richardson standing in. He waits. Mead awaits the pitch. The windup and delivery and swing and a miss, strike 3. So Richardson goes down on strikes as after one full inning, the Pioneers won. The Watertown Rapids have 2. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers here on Mixlr.com and live on YouTube. So as we wind down this last few seconds of commercial, Kale Showers coming in. Keegan Ernest will be looking to make quicker work out of this inning. As once again, Pioneers trying to find their way back into this one. Still trailing by a run. Want to thank everybody for tuning in on Mixlr.com and live here on YouTube. Delivery and ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. So the Pioneers' stat line, 1 run, no hits, no errors. The Watertown stat line, 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. As a swinging strike there. Ernest finally getting back into the strike column against Kale Showers. Showers, he hits this one right to the shortstop, and the throw and catch, and that will put him down on a ground ball. So the catcher doesn't get a lot done in his first appearance as Danny DeMarzo, the shortstop, comes up next. Trying to get something started here. As DeMarzo coming in, he is batting 200 on the season, played 3 games so far, 2 hits on 10 at-bats, has scored a run, does have an RBI. Delivery, swing and a miss. As DeMarzo comes in, he's a sophomore at post, 6'1", 180 pounds, obviously right-handed. The windup and delivery, and that one is fouled away. Right down the first baseline. 0-2 goes the count. So we will wait and watch again with bated breath as Keegan Ernest looks for his second strikeout of the night. As once again, Ernest sets on the mound. Looking down, he winds and delivers. And outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. As Ernest comes set, begins his windup. Ernest moves very quickly on the mound. Delivery, this one popped up, foul, and out of play. I want to remind you again, make the right decision. Insist on Gerber collision. Well, thank everybody once again for tuning in here on Mixler.com and live on YouTube.com, your home for Pioneers baseball all summer long. Don't miss your chance to join us here at Dunn Field, though. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So, 2 outs very, very quickly. A strikeout on DeMarzo as now Nate Chase will head into the batter's box. Chase, a junior out of Grand Valley State. He's from Webster, New York. As Chase comes in, he's batting $167, 2 hits on 12 at-bats. Both of those hits for doubles. That one's flied right at the third baseman, and that was quick work as that gets Ernest out of the inning. 0 for 1's all the way down the board, and we will be right back. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com and live on YouTube.com. All right, we're getting set here for the bottom of the second. Nathan Berg. Berg, a 6'1", 180-pound right-handed pitcher and infield freshman from Xavier. He takes ball 1. So Berg, in just 1 appearance, has had 1 at bat. He's 0 for 1 on the young season. See what he can do here. Delivery and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Berg struck out in his only appearance so far this season. He awaits the delivery and ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Little wild here is Meade as he gets started with inning number 2. Watertown still up by a run. And the pitch and delivery and in there for a strike. So Berg still behind, 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. As the windup and delivery, and this one connected on, driven down the foul line and just foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Nathan Berg comes back, he'll be looking to make some contact here as the Pioneers continue to try to find a way to tie this game up. 2-1. Bottom of the second as the Pioneers up at bat again. Mead sets, winds, delivers, and fouled back. So, count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. As Mead heads back to the hill. Mead has looked a little uncomfortable here. He winds, he delivers, and in there for ball 4. So, walk for Nathan Berg, and that'll bring up Brennan Dorigi. Dorigi, 6'2", 205-pound freshman outfielder from Wooford, as he comes in for the first time today, batting .048, 1 hit in 21 at-bats, has scored 3 runs, walking 3 times, and does have an RBI. So Dorigi definitely going to be on the lookout here to improve his fortunes. Hasn't found a ton of success, but certainly has potential as he swings wildly. 0-1 the count. He's got Berg there on first base. This is the number 7 spot in the order. He'll be followed by Davis Zur as Watertown delivers, and inside, 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. As once again, Berg will take the lead off over there. Haven't gotten to see him on the base pass yet. We'll see. Tall, lanky guy. See if he decides to try to steal here. This one outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. As again, Dorigi looking to improve on his fortunes. He's played in 6 games this season. Just has not been able to get a lot of success. Of course, batting out of the left-hand side of the box certainly has faced some adversity with the pitching as that one gets away, and this is going to get Berg to second base. So Berg, who's playing second base tonight, reaches his position, and Dorigi, again, is having some success here at the plate early, 3-1. See if he can finish it off. There's now a base open at first, and of course, Zur and Schultz, the bottom of the lineup, coming up here in the bottom of the second inning. The windup and the pitch. This one in there for a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes, as Dorigi doesn't like the call. He will come back. 3-2, nobody out. Dorigi comes back in the batter's box as Mead gets set out there on the mound. Looking in, gets a sign from the catcher, checks the runner at second. The pitch and connection. That one's going to fall in there and should be an out at first, and it will be, but it does move the runner over to third. That brings up Davis Zur, 5'10", $185 freshman infielder from Siena, originally from Kent, Washington. Zur, who comes into today, is batting .200, 2 hits, 10 at-bats, 1 run, has had 4 base on balls. So we'll see what Davis Zur can do here. Certainly looking for the RBI. Would love to get this game tied back up. As once again, Zur getting in at the plate. He waits. Mead gets set and delivers. And swinging. Yep, that's going to be a swinging strike. So, 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. As Mead comes set again. He looks in. Zur waits on the pitch. The delivery. Zur connects. This is going to drive in the run for sure. Zur will be out on the sacrifice. So, Zur does ground out, but drives in the RBI. So with 2 outs in the second inning, the Pioneers have tied it up 2-0. Still have not registered, 2-2. Still have not registered a hit in the ball game. But with 2 outs, that brings up Garrett Schultz. Schultz, 6'0", 170-pound freshman to be at Xavier. And Schultz is batting $133, 2 hits in 15 at-bats. Takes strike 1 to lead it off. As he continues to sit up there, Schultz has had an RBI on the season, has had 1 base on ball. As that one outside, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. As Schultz will wait on the next pitch. Mead, I said it already, he hasn't given up a hit to this point. Delivery and fouled away there. by Schultz. So make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. As Meade heads back to the mound, starts to walk slowly around it. We'll have to see. The Pioneers have tied the game up here in the bottom of the second. Runs in back-to-back innings. Record when they score in back-to-back innings, fairly good. Another hit right down the third base line and just foul. So that'll bring the count back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As heading back to the batter's box, Garrett Schultz. Schultz looking to improve on that 133. Looking to help the Pioneers get their first hit of the ball game as well. As now, the Pioneers have scored 2 runs and continue to look for a way to get through on the base path. The windup, the pitch, and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Downs showdown. As we remind you to head down for all the best in slots at Tioga Downs. Tie ball game here, bottom of 2. Windup, pitch, and bounces up to home plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as Schultz looks to keep the inning alive and turn the lineup card over. As Schultz coming right back in. He sets in the box. Meade staring in at his catcher. He winds up, delivers, and inside, ball 4. Garrett Schultz will walk, and the Pioneers will flip the batting order, bringing back up Jeff Mejia. Mejia, the left fielder, no official at bat yet, only the hit by pitch to mark his time up there at the plate. We'll see 2 outs here. He does have Schultz now on first. So as Mejia steps in, he looks down, waiting for Meade to get set. Meade coming in. Of course, Mejia, who had 1 at bat as a leadoff hitter before today, as this one is thrown up and stolen base there as Garrett Schultz puts on the speed. So Schultz is safe there at second. Now already taking a lead there at second base as his manager pushes him back a little bit. Now Schultz getting a huge lead once again at second base, and another pitch in there for a strike. So looking up the board, a ball and a strike up on the board. 2 outs as Jeff Mejia wants to get the bat on the ball and drive in that run from scoring position. Love to get the first hit and put the Pioneers ahead for the first time in this game. The windup, the pitch, the swing, sent back towards center field. This one's going to be caught by the shortstop. So a great play there as it is made by Danny DiMarzo. And that will do it for the second inning of play as Jeff Mejia officially goes 0 for 1 on the pop-out. After 2 innings, the Pioneers have tied it back up 2-2. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers on Mixlr.com. All right, so with the throwdown, that will start off the top of the third inning. Want to remind everybody, if your field isn't game day ready, give Miller's Mowing a call, 607-302-8226. As that will bring up the top of the order once again, Emil Matty, who is 1 for 1. He had that single on the very first pitch of the ball game, and we'll see. Certainly the Pioneers going to be wary of that. Another pitch That one in there for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. As we look down, Matty certainly has some speed. We've seen that here already tonight. The delivery in there that time, 2 balls, no strikes. Matty, as a leadoff batter, has had 4 opportunities, worked 2 base on balls, and is batting .500. Another pitch in here. That one high, 3 balls, no strikes. So Matty, who's already been on base once with the single, looks to start off the third as he's 3-0 right now. The windup and delivery in there for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. As now Ernest looking in. Ernest had a rough outing there in the first inning, but looks to rebound here in the third against those first 3 hitters. Swing, grounded towards the third baseman, picked up, hustled over, and caught, and that will put Matty 1 for 2 on the ground out to third base. So next up, Derek Kasperzik comes up. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Made that first out back in the first inning, as now he will compete and try to work things out. He was 400 coming into that at bat. Now 2 for 6. Brings it down just a little bit. Puts him down about 333 as he takes ball number 1. Strike zone fairly consistent here tonight, but has not worked out very well, as the Pioneers really trying to get the jump on something here, as this one's popped up into foul territory. Should be playable and is for the third baseman. Big grab there by Preston Moore. So that will send Kasperzik down 0-2 as Tony Sochi, the designated hitter, coming up. Sochi also 0 for 1 on the night. He was batting .353 with 6 hits on 17 at bats, now 6 and 18. Big swing there, strike 1. That one way outside. A little surprised he went after that, as Keegan Ernest trying to work his pitches, and certainly doing so here in the second and third inning. Another pitch, that one's a little bit low, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Ernest coming back, going to try to find his own way to success here. Certainly coming in with the numbers. Swing and a foul ball. Make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass for any of your automotive needs. That one hopefully didn't hit anybody's auto glass or cause a collision out there in the parking lot. Ernest with the delivery. Fouled off again and right back into the parking lot. So a few opportunities for cars to get nailed here, as 1 ball, 2 strike count continues to stand. Watertown has had some trouble with Ernest here in the second and now the third inning. Ernest winds, delivers, and that one's in there for a strike and a punch out Tony Sochi. So his third strikeout on the evening. And we'll be right back with the bottom of the bottom of the third inning. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and welcome back here as we get set for the bottom of the third. 2-2 ball game. That'll bring up Preston Moore. Moore 0 for 1 on the night, as he's going to be looking to get something started here. The Pioneers have yet to achieve a hit against the Watertown left-hander. Moore going to step in. He is, well, against left-handers, we're going to take a look here. I don't believe he's faced one. And I know he has faced one. He has an 0 for 1 against the left-handers as he fouls this one away down the right field line. Moore leading off. He's 667, 3 at bats. So he certainly found some success as a leadoff hitter. We'll see what he can do here. 0 for 1 the count, the delivery, and connected over towards first base, and a catch there by the first baseman made that one look easy, did Michael Rounds. So Moore goes 0 for 2. Teshko will come up. He's 0 for 1. Batted one in, reached on an error, and then stole second base. Quite the appearance for Teshko. As now the National Park, New Jersey native steps back in. The Pioneers still looking for a hit. They do have 2 runs, as that one's in for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. As Ryan Teshko up to the plate. He waits the deal and connects. This one heads out. This is going to get down, and Teshko will make the first hit of the ball game. 1 for 2. He's got an RBI, and now he's got a single. So 1 for 2 goes Teshko as Cam Redding. He comes in 0 for 1. He's got a strikeout here tonight. With the runner on first, certainly nobody else you would want up at this moment. As we look at Cam Redding, he's 333 with runners on base in 3 at bats. So not a bad percentage, 1 for 3. As the throw, Teshko diving back, and Meade certainly has his mind on that stolen base Teshko had not too long ago. So Redding waiting at the dish, sees his first pitch. That one outside. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. As Teshko goes back to first, he waits. Meade stepping back on the rubber. As the Pioneers finally get a digit in that hit column. Wind the deal. Redding drives it back up and over the press box. As that will be in there for a 1-1-1 count. Tag it down, showdown. And we remind you as well with that foul ball to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. So once again, Cam Redding getting set. He waits. Here's the pitch. He connects, drives it out there towards right field, and can of corn for the right fielder as Teshko will get back to first. 2 outs in the inning. That'll bring up the next batter, the designated hitter, Kyle Richardson, freshman catcher from Zionsville, Indiana. As now Richardson stepping up. Gonna be a tough one here. 2 outs in the inning. Teshko on first. We've seen Teshko's speed, but do you chance it here with 2 outs? Pioneers in a tie ball game. 2 runs for each side as Watertown delivers, and connection is fouled away back up into the stands. The Rapids in those blue uniforms with the gray pants. The Pioneers wearing their home whites. As once again, coming set will be Meade. Drew Meade, the starting pitcher, only given up 1 hit so far. This one fouled away again. Back into the lot, make the right decision, insist on Gerber Collision. 0 for 2 count, 2 outs. And now, going to be looking for something as Rich Park, the designated hitter, going to be looking to get a hit. As Meade gets the sign. He nods, he sets, he deals. And Richardson with a swing. He strikes out. So Richardson goes down 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout, leaving his man Ryan Teshko on first base. After 3 full, 2-2 the score. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers here on Mixlr.com. All right, so after 3 full, a 2-all game, that'll bring up Vinny DeRubius. DeRubius, who's led off just one time. He's 0 for 1. Hasn't done great with the 0 for 1. We'll have to see what he can do here. He is 1 for 1 on the night with a double and an RBI, as this will be the first time he will see the pitcher not out of the stretch, swinging strike one, as Ernest really seemed to find his groove after that first inning. Had a couple of rough batters, but bounced right back into it here. Wind up the pitch, and ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. So as we look at Ernest's line so far, wow, easy for me to say. 3 strikeouts on the night so far, giving up the 2 runs, as that one is a little bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out, as the scoreboard corrects, and now the delivery, swinging strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Pioneers tied at 2. Deuces are wild. As we'll see what Ernest does here. Ernest getting the sign. He sets and goes into his windup, delivering, and that one is hammered towards center field and over the head of the center fielder, running out, trying to chase after it. Another double. No, he's going to stretch it. Tries his luck, and he gets in there. A triple, as now DeRubius goes 2 for 2. Double and a triple on the night, and that'll bring up Michael Rounds, who has a double and an RBI here tonight as well. So Rounds comes up to the plate. With runners on base, he's 0 for 1. So not the start to the season Michael Rounds would like. With runners in scoring position, he's also 0 for 1. That obviously changed tonight as he got an RBI double. So 1 for 2, 500 with runners in scoring position. This one popped up, and the shortstop, Davis Zur, chasing after it, and he's not going to get there in time, as the third baseman just didn't have a read. And that will provide another opportunity at the plate for Michael Rounds, as the Pioneers' Davis Zur just was not able to get over and get it in time. Preston Moore didn't see it. So Keegan Ernest will go back to work. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Michael Rounds has that runner on third base. Wind up and the delivery, and connected right towards first again. Hits off the first baseman, and diving for it, tagging the base, and that is an out. Michael Rounds will be out, and what a play there by the Pioneers' first baseman, making the diving tag of the base, Derigi. Wow, all heart on that play. So 1 out, as that will bring up Brandon Taylor. Taylor, with runners on base, he's had it happen 11 times, batting .091. Runners in scoring position, he's 0 for 8. So we'll see what he does here. They'll wind up the deal, and outside here, as once again, the Pioneers continue to work. 1-0 the count. 1 out in the inning, as Ernest comes set. He winds, delivers, and swinging strike number 1. Smart plays by Redding to keep that ball in front of him. Certainly doesn't want to give up any unearned runs, as the Pioneers have a 2-2 ball game ahead of them here in the top of the 4th. First 3 innings certainly have flown by. Certainly seemed a little interesting back in the first, but Keegan Ernest has settled down. Swing, and that one is lined down the line. This is going to drive in the run, and will be good for at least 2 bases, as that one falls into left field. And so an RBI by Brandon Taylor. Taylor 1 for 2 on the game. He's got a strikeout, a double, and an RBI. And now the Pioneers trail 3-2. That brings up Cale Showers. Showers comes up with runners in scoring position. So far, with runners on base, he's batting .333. With runners in scoring position, he's 0 for 1. Showers sends one down the first baseline, foul, so no balls, 1 strike. As the Pioneers looking to rebound and get back out of this inning Watertown certainly been putting the bat on the ball. 5 hits already here in just the 4th inning after an unbelievable performance just about 5 days ago. I believe it's about 6 days now, as we did have the day off on Thursday. As the windup and checking the runner at second, and the pitch now, swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. So, Ernest will look to get the job done here against Cale Showers. Showers is 0 for 1 on the night, as Ernest staring in at the catcher. He comes set, looks back at the runner, winds and deals, and fouled away. That one back into the stands, and some screaming down there. Everybody hopefully okay, as we hear some claps now. So somebody got a hold of the ball, but that one was a ripper for sure. So another attempt here for the Pioneers pitcher, Keegan Ernest. Ernest winds and deals, and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3 runs on the board for Watertown, 2 runs for the Pioneers. Nobody scoring in the 3rd. Watertown finally cracking the board again after 2 innings of futility, if you will. As Ernest checks the runner at second, winds, deals, and bounces one. As now the runner at second looked back by the catcher Cam Redding. So Ernest coming back to the mound. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ernest looks in. Redding finally setting. He's down. Gives the sign. Ernest comes set. Working out the stretch again. Ernest checking the runner at second. He checks again and will deliver. That one ticked and sent foul. Hits the umpire in the mask there. They call it a dead ball real quick, as the umpire steps out in front and throws the ball down. That one was fouled away. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As another opportunity here. Hearing some clapping, not sure what that was in reference to, but the Pioneers trying to find their way through the top of the 4th. We are already over a third of the way through this game. The Pioneers trailing by just 1 run, hoping to find their way back to the batter's box and then back in front. This one popped up towards the right fielder. This one will be played, caught, and tagging at second. A darting throw there from the right fielder and caught by Davis Zur, making sure that it didn't get away from anybody. Smart play there by the Pioneers outfield, as once again the Pioneers have continued to make strong efforts, just need to find a way to win. Garrett Schultz was the one with the killer arm out there. As this will bring up the next batter in the lineup, Danny DiMarzo. DiMarzo coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He has a strikeout already tonight. The wind, the deal, and strike 1 on DiMarzo. DiMarzo, with runners in scoring position so far this season, has been .500. 2 at-bats. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Wind up the deal, swinging strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. As we'll see what comes next for Danny DiMarzo, the sophomore out of Post from Fishkill, New York. 0-2 the count, trying to tightrope his way out of this top of the 4th. Keegan Ernest delivers, swinging strike 3. So 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, and the Pioneers will come up in the bottom half of the 4th. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com and watching along live on YouTube. We'll be right back. All right, so as we come back here, bottom of the fourth, Nathan Berg set to lead off. Berg, a recent addition to the team, he has led off one time before, 0 for 1 as a leadoff hitter. See what he can do here. Does have the base on balls here tonight, so no official at bat. As Berg comes in, he stands at the dish and looks down. Drew Mead, he's certainly been effective. He's given up the 2 runs, but only 1 hit on the night. That one's outside for a ball. So, Mead, the Watertown pitcher, I'll tell you what, we talked about his numbers before the game. Certainly has seen some improvement on them tonight. This one popped up back behind first base. We'll see as it continues to flow and caught there by the first baseman. So Berg goes 0 for 1. That'll bring up Brennan Dorigi. Dorigi, the Wooford freshman outfielder. He's 0 for 1 on the night. However, he has shown some signs this season of really finding a way to get the hit when it's important. Of course, as we said, it hasn't come in bunches, but his eye at the plate has been absolutely phenomenal. 3 base on balls already in the young season. The windup, the pitch, and Dorigi fouls one back up here towards the booth. Want to remind you again to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. As now Dorigi comes back into the box. Mead looking to make quick work of this Pioneers bottom of the fourth. Wind up and in there. Strike 2. No balls. 2 strikes. Dorigi back at the plate. Don't see a ton of left-handed batters here. A lot of batting from the right side as this one's thrown in. Another foul ball back up into the stands. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out as the Pioneers looking for just their second hit of the ballgame. Yes, they are still within 1. 3 runs to 2 in favor of the Watertown Rapids. Firing it in, that one with a broken bat, streaking there towards the second baseman and will be caught as the bat exploded on impact and Dorigi goes 0 for 2. That'll bring up Davis Zur, who's got an RBI on the night. They pick up the bat and will run it back over as Zur comes up and he comes in with 2 outs. See what he can do. Zur, again, we talked about it. He's now 2 for 11 on the season. Certainly would like to improve his numbers. He does have the RBI here tonight as the pitch is delivered. Zur with a swinging strike. So what can Davis Zur do here? Did play in the Connie Mack World Series in New Mexico with his former team, the Enfuego Elite. Wind up, delivery outside the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Davis Zur looking to keep the inning alive and bring up Garrett Schultz. Schultz, we saw the rocket of an arm he has from right field just a little bit ago. Wind up, delivery, swing and a miss by Zur. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Zur looks to keep the inning going. Watertown has scored a run here. They'll wind up and pitch. And outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're at another Tioga Downs showdown. As we remind you to check out the Tioga Downs Buffet any day of the week. Tioga Downs Buffet is certainly a great place to catch a meal. As Davis Zur awaits the pitch, it comes in and punches out Davis Zur. So Zur goes 0 for 2. He's got a strikeout now. That means in the bottom of the 5th, that'll bring up Garrett Schultz, and the Pioneers still looking for an answer. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers on Mixlr.com. All right, so we are back here, top of the fifth. Brings up Nate Chase, the leadoff hitter, the junior out of Grand Valley State. So we'll see what he can do as he will come to bat against Keegan Ernest again. As we said, Chase batting at the bottom of the order. He bats ninth. He has led off twice, has not had any success as a leadoff hitter. 0 for 2 on the young season. Chase waits. The delivery from Ernest. In, and I thought he went around. Thought we might get a check, but no. 1-0. As Ernest will come, deliver again, and that one's in there for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out as of this point. As we see once again, Ernest comes, set, deliver. Swinging strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the fifth. Watertown with a slim 3-2 lead. Wind up in delivery. Ernest. That one's popped towards third. Grabbed with a heck of a glove there by the third baseman. Wow. That one was bang, bang as Preston Moore manages to snag that one out of the air. So Chase goes 0 for 2. Emil Matty comes back up. He will come up for just the second time of the game. He's 1 for 2 as he was out back in the last at bat. Not terribly productive couple innings there as he hits the first pitch yet again. So that first pitch swinging for Emil Matty continues to provide results as he goes 2 for 3 now. And Matty likes that first pitch. He took a few too many back in the last at bat. And when he sees them, he certainly can drive them. So 2 singles in the game already as Derek Kasperzik comes up, the right fielder. He's 0 for 2. Now he's got a runner on base. Same situation he came up with earlier today. As he's up, he wins 0 for 3 now with runners on base. Kasperzik waiting. He takes ball number 1. So with runners on base, Kasperzik has not been great. He's a Quinnipiac player coming into today's game. As we look down, he's a junior there at Quinnipiac. So another attempt here by Ernest. He continues to check on that runner at first, and off goes the runner, swinging strike 1, as that one is thrown off of the base, pulling off number 6, Nathan Berg, as that will bring in the stolen base for Emil Matty. Center fielder Emil Matty has been absolutely fantastic when on base. That's his 4th stolen base of the young season. Having a conversation here as Matt Birch talks with the umpire. Not happy about something. I think they're going to say, as far as the argument, Kasperzik was in the way. But that seems to be calmed down as now we'll see another pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown as Keegan Ernest, gets set again. He looks in, checks the runner at second, winds, deals, and ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As Keegan Ernest continues to try to find a way to get through this 5th inning. Ernest already pitching 1 more inning than he did in his first appearance. Unfortunately for Ernest, the rain delay really took him right out of that game. As a strike, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Looking to get another strikeout here on Derek Kasperzik. Kasperzik standing in the batter's box. He waits. Ernest looking down. He checks the runner at second. Now he'll check him again. Winds up and steps. And the umpire calls time, pointing to the batter. So Kasperzik must have called the time. As once again, Ernest will have to reset and throw. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3-2 ball game in favor of the Watertown Rapids. Ernest checks the runner at second. He winds, he deals, and fouled away. So we'll redo it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Keegan Ernest looking to keep this game tight. 3-2 the score right now. Pioneers waiting to get back to the batter's box. As now, once again, Ernest comes set. He delivers, swinging, sent out there. This is going to be an RBI as that one gets down. And incoming is Emil Matty, coming around second, and big swing towards third as an opportunity was there. But Kasperzik will go 1 for 3 on the night with a double and an RBI. And now Tony Sachi comes up. Sachi 0 for 2. He's got a strikeout here tonight. Resets the count and gives the Watertown Rapids the 4-2 lead as Keegan Ernest has now given up runs in back-to-back innings. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. 0-1 the count. So, 0-1, 1 out. Ernest looking yet again. As he comes set on the mound, peeks in. Sochi waiting for the pitch. Sochi, the designated hitter here tonight. As time is called once again. Ernest will have to reset and start it all over. So, Sochi, the outfielder from Fairleigh Dickinson, the delivery, and that one's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown as the Pioneers pitcher Keegan Ernest has to try to find a way to break through, get his mind off of the runners. As Sochi, he'll step off now. So another reset. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown again. 4-2 in favor of the Rapids. Ernest checks the runner at second. Now he delivers towards home and in there for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ernest continues to check that runner at second as that's Kasperzik, his first time on the base pass here tonight. Kasperzik clutching to both batting gloves, which once again serves to illustrate exactly where he is on an attempted stolen base. This one delivered and check swing there, but holds back. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As the ball is thrown back out. And Keegan Ernest trying to fight his way out of the top of the 5th. As we said, has continued to roll through. Already 1 inning further than he got his last start due to that rain delay. Ernest waits, he deals, and this one hit in between the shortstop and third base. Left fielder picks it up and fires towards home. That's going to score the run on the single. So Sochi, the designated hitter, will go 1 for 3. The strikeout and now a single and an RBI as Vinny DeRubius comes up. They're going to hold things up here for a moment. That brings out the manager, Matt Birch. And the second base umpire was pointing straight up. I'm not sure what that was about. But Birch will come in and have a conversation as Keegan Ernest has not had the start he was hoping for. And now we're seeing some Pioneers heading down towards the bullpen. And we'll see if that leads to anything here. Vinny DeRubius, he's had a heck of a night. 2 for 2, a double and a triple. Single and a homer short of the cycle at this point of the game. And Watertown with a 5-2 lead over the Pioneers. Ernest, who had a heck of a response so far here in the first meeting between these two teams. We'll see what the Pioneers can do to get themselves out of the 5th inning. Gave up 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the 5th, and a run in the 4th. So, again, not the start Keegan Ernest would have liked. That one's thrown in high for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes. I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with us on Mixlr and YouTube.com. Throw over by Ernest, and in safely, once again, was Tony Sochi. The designated hitter finally breaking the offer, gets the single and drives in the run from second as he hit a far one down the third base line. Wind up, delivery, and low. So another ball. The Pioneers continuing to try to tightrope their way out of danger one more time. The 3-run lead, certainly not unsurmountable, as Ernest comes set. He waits, checks the runner at first, delivers, and this one is connected with, and just over the third baseman's head. That's going to be good for a single. So DeRubius goes 3 for 3. He's got everything but a homer. He's going to be chasing the cycle on his next visit to the plate. As Michael Rounds comes up, he's a 1 for 2 tonight, has a double, has an RBI, has a runner at second base, so runner in scoring position yet again for Michael Rounds. Rounds, when he comes up with runners in scoring position, before tonight he was 0 for 1, so now he's batting .500 on the evening. Keegan Ernest checking the runner at second, the pitch, and in there for strike number 1. Ernest needs just 2 outs to get himself out of this inning. Hearing some of those vuvuzelas down below. 6 runs, 9 hits for the Watertown team. Pioneers have 2 runs on just 1 hit, as that is in there for strike number 2. Keegan Ernest starting to get a few of those corner calls now. As 0-2 the count. Ernest trying to find his strikeout pitch. He winds, he deals, outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners retreat back to first and second, and Keegan Ernest will once again have to find a way to bring himself out of this inning. Giving up 2 runs again, hasn't done that since the first, did give up a run in the fourth, so that makes it a 3-run lead. Swing, right out towards the left fielder, bounces in. This no, it won't drive in a run, but it does load the bases as the Pioneers are in trouble yet again. So Rounds goes 2 for 3. Taylor coming up. He's 1 for 2. He's got a double and an RBI. As Taylor going to really be able to put the ball anywhere. And we'll see what he's done with the bases loaded. He has no at-bats with the bases loaded to this point. He's got 8 at-bats with runners in scoring position and was over before earlier tonight. That was his 9th, and he did get a hit on that one. We'll be looking to duplicate his efforts as he swings in strike 1. 0-1 the count. You know Keegan Ernest would love a ground ball double play, get himself out of this inning. And the Pioneers with that 3-run deficit, 5-2 at the moment. Ernest waits, pitch, and ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Downs showdown as Keegan Ernest will get set. He looks in as the runner on third trying to get in Ernest's head. The delivery popped up towards right field, will drop in. That'll be a run. The runners will all advance. First, second, and third remain loaded, and Taylor goes 2 for 3, getting a second RBI on the night. Kale Showers comes up. He's 0 for 2. The Pioneers now have a 6-2 deficit to come back from as they trail by 4. So we look at the big board out there. Still just 1 out hanging. Showers waits the pitch. That one comes in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Pioneers trailing by 4. We'll see what happens now. As Keegan Ernest just trying to work his way out of this inning. Throwing a lot of pitches here in the top of the 5th, giving up 3 runs. As the Watertown Rapids have come in and taken it to the Pioneers so far here on a Friday night. Ernest comes set. He looks in and waits. The pitch and connected on right to the third baseman. Steps on third, looks over to first, double play, and finally gets out of the inning as Showers goes 0 for 3 and a double play. So, Pioneers will come back up. They're trailing now by 4 runs, but hoping to find their way back into this one. You're listening to the Pioneers on Mixlr.com and live on YouTube. All right, so 4.5 in the books. We're halfway home, folks. But the Pioneers now trail by 4, and they're going to have to find a way to get themselves back into this. Has not been the start they wanted for sure, as once again, this will be Garrett Schultz's at bat. As Schultz comes in, he'll have an opportunity to lead off here. And so far this season, when Schultz leads off, he's 0 for 2. Clearly not not the start that he or the Pioneers would want. Coming into a bottom of the 5th where they got to feel some pressure here to score. They're down by 4 runs, as we'll see what Schultz can do here. Schultz, a freshman to be at Xavier. Garrett certainly trying to turn that early trend around as he steps into the batter's box. The lights come on here at Dunn Field as the pitch in for strike number 1 on the corner. Drew Mead has been beyond effective. So Mead has allowed just 1 hit, has allowed 2 runs, but that was back in the 1st and 2nd. That one outside, 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Schultz waiting in the batter's box. He gets a hold of one there, puts it into the gap, and he should get extra bases as it's cut off there by the left fielder. Schultz will beat it out and get there to second. So Schultz, 1 for 1 on the night with the base on balls, and now a double to his credit. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Jeff Mejia, as Schultz returns back to second base. Mejia coming up. He's got a runner in scoring position. Has not had that happen this year, as Mejia stands in at the dish. He'll be looking to connect here, definitely trying to close that gap. The Pioneers trailing by 4. He takes strike 1 on the inside corner. So just the second hit of the night for the Pioneers. They've already scored 2 runs, but now they have 2 hits. As we'll see what Drew Mead chooses to do here. He goes up against Mejia. Mejia waits. He swings, and strike number 2. 0-2 the count. As Jeff Mejia, the UMass Lowell sophomore by way of North Reading, Massachusetts. He certainly has speed. There's no doubt about that, but what can he do now with a runner on scoring position? The Pioneers need baseballs put in play as Mejia waits, and he connects. He sends one towards the shortstop. That one bounces to the shortstop. Getting into third was Schultz, and that will put Mejia out on the ground out, but he does advance the runner as Preston Moore comes up. He's got a runner at third now, as Preston Moore, with runners in scoring position this year, has had 3 opportunities. He's got a .667 average. He's batted in 2. So hopefully he can add to that here tonight. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Doesn't have to get a hit, but it would be nice, as that one's out in the other batter's box. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. As again, Garrett Schultz sitting there on third base. So the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Downs showdown. Make sure you get down to Tioga Downs this summer. Check out all the great concerts and exciting gambling action, including horse-drawn carriage racing. The windup, the deal, and Schultz puts it down the third base line. Foul, as Matt Birch will throw the ball back towards his dugout. And once again, a 1 ball, 2 strike count, as Preston Moore, the Hoover, Alabama native, will be looking to impact this game here. He wants to drive in that run, bring it back to a 3-run deficit at the very least. Wind up, pitch, and connected back up into foul territory and out of play. So hits the top of Dunn Field, and that will put the Pioneers right back into a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Pioneers trailing by just 4 runs. Going to be looking to get back into it, as the Watertown Rapids have certainly been effective here. 2 runs in the first, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth. They have a player who's already looking for a cycle as the pitch is delivered, and that one is connected out towards right field, and on the warning track is grabbed. That will bring in the run for sure, as Moore will fly out, going 0 for 3 on the sac fly. He does drive in the run. So that'll bring up Ryan Teshko. Teshko 1 for 2. When he's been on base, he's been effective to say the least. But 2 outs, nobody on. The Pioneers do cut the lead. Now it's only 6-3, but Teshko will be looking to try to trim it even further as he looks to put himself on base. A pitch outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. As the Watertown Rapids get set again, this is Drew Mead's 5th inning of work. At this stage, you don't know how long any pitcher will remain in the game, especially this early into the season. This one getting foul and just hits the top of the fence. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Teshko will be looking again as the Old Dominion player has certainly turned a few heads here in the early goings of his of his tenure here in Elmira. Teshko waits. The delivery and swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Drew Mead looking to work his way through 5 full if he can get Teshko here. Lights of Dunfield are shining down on the beautiful ballpark. Make sure if you haven't been to Dunfield this year, you get here. Wind up in the pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Downs showdown as the number 3 batter trying to find his way on to base. Teshko waits. The windup and bounces away. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Teshko trying to find his way on base, trying to give Cam Redding a chance to get up to the plate. Redding batting 4th tonight. As again, Teshko looking out at the mound. Mead winds, he deals, and connected with by Teshko. Up, and that should get over the head of the fielder. It does, bounces off the wall, and takes an odd bounce there as Teshko will pull in with a double. So Teshko 2 for 3 on the night. Single and a double. As that will bring up Cam Redding. Redding has gone 0 for 2. Redding has the strikeout, but Mead certainly looking a little bit more hittable now as Teshko really put quite a bit into that one as it hit off the wall. See what Redding can do. He's got 2 outs, runner in scoring position, and in this situation this year, he's 0 for 1. So hopefully turning that around. Would love to get something going and drive in another run, bring this gap a little bit closer. Redding takes strike number 1 on the outside corner. As the pitcher Mead comes back up, he gets set on the rubber. Staring down at his catcher, he waits. Showers, gives the sign. Checking the runner at second. The delivery caught there by Redding with a single. At least this may be good enough. No, it's cut off there, and Redding will go back to first. Single and an RBI for Cam Redding as he moves to 1 for 3 on the night. And he gets the RBI as Teshko comes all the way around from second. That'll bring up Kyle Richardson, the designated hitter. Richardson, who's 0 for 2 on the night. He has struck out once. And with 2 outs, again, Richardson's going to have a chance. Obviously, Redding being on first, not quite the same as having a runner in scoring position. But runner on base, nonetheless. Richardson, with runners on base, he is hitting 200. 5 at-bats with runners on base. He's also got 2 RBIs. So we'll have to see what the Rapids decide to do here with Richardson. Richardson stepping back up to the plate. 2 runs here for the Pioneers here in the 5th inning. 6-4 the score at the moment. 4 hits for the Pioneers. The bats have not been going, but the last 2 hitters have managed to put bats on balls, and we'll see if they can continue that cycle. Richardson waits. Mead looks, delivers. Contact there down the right field line and foul. As that'll send Redding back to first. So, Pioneers still trailing by 2. They've got an 0-1 count. See what Richardson can do here. Richardson, a Zionsville, Indiana native, batted .441 in his high school career with 52 RBIs. Certainly would like to find a gap here. The windup, the pitch, and it's hit right there towards second and past the second baseman. Redding's going to get over to third, and Richardson will hold up. So Redding gets in at third as Richardson singles, going 1 for 3 on the evening. So numbers are just numbers, folks. As Nathan Berg comes up, he's 0 for 1. He does have the base on balls. Berg, a recent addition to the team, has runners in scoring position with 2 outs. He has not had that situation before, so we'll see what he can do. The Xavier pitcher and infielder looking for a hit here as Berg awaits the pitch. The pitch comes in, connected with Berg. High. It is high. It is far. It is gone. No, excuse me. Sorry about that. That one fell down there at the wall. Lost it in the white. He does drive in the run. Excuse me, folks. Lost that one there against that board ad. And that will score the run, bringing it back to within just 1. But Berg will get to first. 1 for 2 on the night. Drives in the RBI. And we'll see, this might be the end of the night for the pitcher. Thought that one had took off. As Derigi comes in, he'll be the next batter. 6-5 game now. 3 runs apiece here in this bottom of the 5th. Both sides have gone. As now Derigi, 0 for 2 on the night, going to be looking. As he's got a man in scoring position, 2 men out, has had 5 at-bats in the situation, is hitting .200. With that runner on third, you know he'd love to get this game tied back up. Now they're going to make the signal, so we'll have a pitching change. We'll tell you all about it when we come back. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers on Mixlr.com. All right, so we are back. The Pioneers within 1 run and a new pitcher on the mound. I do apologize if anyone listening from Watertown. Feel free to correct me there in the YouTube chat log. Spencer Vainovitz, the freshman from Davenport, a Grand Rapids, Michigan hometown, 6'1", $197. He's a left-handed hurler, as we'll see what he can do against the Pioneers lineup that so far tonight was not having a lot of success before this inning, but certainly has turned it around here in the bottom half of the 5th. 3 runs, tying the numbers put up by the Watertown Rapids. So as we look at Vainovitz, he's got a .450 ERA, has appeared in just 1 game and pitched for 4 innings. So we'll see what the Pioneers can do, as that will bring in Brennan Derigi. Derigi having a conversation down as he waits. Once again, some more tosses going back and forth. And we're waiting as the umpire now says we're ready to go. So Vainovitz getting ready. Runners first and third. And that will bring up Derigi. Derigi heads for the batter's box. He was waiting for the sign from the umpire. And now the umpire says, let's go. So Brennan Derigi, 2 outs. 5 at bats, batting 200 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. And Derigi really would love to come through here. He's 0 for 2 on the night. He's facing a left-handed batter again, or a left-handed pitcher again, excuse me. As he waits, the windup, the pitch. Derigi connects, but it's foul. And that one heads out towards the parking lot. Make the right decision. Insist on Gerber collision and auto glass. So, Derigi back into the batter's box. 0-1 count. 6-5. As the windup and the pitch fouled away again by Derigi. So, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As once again, Derigi will step back in. He awaits the pitch from Vanovitz. Vanovitz winds, he deals, and a swinging strike by Derigi. That will end the 5th inning. So effective work out of the pen as Vanovitz comes in 0 for 3. Watertown has 6. Your Elmira Pioneers have 5. We'll be back with the top of the 6th inning when we come back. So the Pioneers follow suit, making a pitching change. Alex Bardo, the 6'3", 220-pounder freshman out of SUNY Cortland. He's a Corning, New York native, was a 3-year starter for Corning Painted Post in baseball, 2-time all-conference selection. Bardo, the numbers will speak for themselves. He's got a 6 ERA, been in 1 game, pitched 3 innings. He was hit 6 times, gave up 2 earned runs and 2 base on balls. So certainly wasn't too wild, just managed to get hit. So we'll see if he can turn things around here in just his 2nd appearance of the season. As Bardo takes his final warm-up pitch. That's going to bring up his first batter, number 20, Danny DeMarzo, the shortstop. 0 for 2 tonight, 2 strikeouts. We want to remind you once again, a big thank you to our pregame show sponsor, Miller's Mowing. If your field isn't game day ready, call Miller's Mowing, 607-302-8226. Bardo takes to the mound here in the top of the 6th, trying to finish off the 2nd third of the game. As the Pioneers still trail by a run, would love to get through a 1-2-3 inning here if he can. Bardo comes set, he winds up and delivers. That one's in there for a ball. As the catcher was trying to get a sign from the first base umpire, thought the batter had gone, but no avail. Pitch, and Bardo, 2 straight balls, 2-0 out of the pen. So DeMarzo 0 for 2 on the night as Bardo coming to bat. Bardo coming into pitch as that's fouled off. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. As next up, Bardo comes delivering and fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. So Bardo sets himself back on the mound. 2 balls, 2 strikes, once again shown by the umpire. Bardo winds, he delivers, and this one popped up. Should be a can of corn there for the right fielder. And it is. Schultz makes the grab easily. 0 for 3 goes DeMarzo, and that'll bring up Nate Chase, the end of the batting order. Chase 0 for 2 on the night as he comes in and gets set. I want to remind you again, Marion Decker Insurance has been helping people in Elmira for over 34 years. Shouldn't you have an ace in the bullpen? Call 607-734-1100 and get your insurance today. As that one's popped up, Bardo on one pitch there puts Chase down, and Chase goes 0 for 3. So Bardo really looking for that 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the sixth. That'll bring up Emil Matty. Matty 2 for 3. His only at bat, he didn't reach base. He didn't swing at the first pitch, so I would expect to see Matty coming out swinging here if I were the Pioneers pitching staff. Bardo winds, he delivers, and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. So the law of averages is in favor of the Pioneers pitching staff here, as the 2 times that Matty has reached base, he has swung at the first pitch. Matty waits. The windup from Bardo delivers and swing and a strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. As Bardo looks to make quick work of the 6th inning. 1 inning after both sides scored 3 runs, the Pioneers trailed just 1 run, 6-5. That one's thrown in, sent towards right field, and will get down again. Takes a weird bounce off the grass, and Matty goes 3 for 4 on the night. Can't ask for a better night than Emil Matty has had 3 singles. As this will bring up Derek Kasperzik. Kasperzik 1 for 3 on the night, has a double and an RBI. And I'll tell you what, you get a hit, Emil Matty may come around to score wherever he is on the base paths. 2 outs. Matty on first. Bardo has to work out of the stretch for the first time. As the Pioneers have given up 12 hits here tonight, 6 runs. The delivery, swing and a miss, strike 1. We're going to say he fouled that one off. Excuse me, folks. No balls, 1 strike. As now we'll see Bardo come back. He checks the runner at first and will set. Matty, who's shown the speed to steal. Bardo delivers. As I say that, Matty goes. Strike is the call. 0-2 the count. So the strike is called, but the catcher couldn't hang on to it. So Bardo now trying to work himself out, can take his focus right off of Matty. Just needs to get the batter at the plate. As Bardo stares in, gets the sign, comes set, winds and deals. As that one swung right towards the third baseman, picked up and got the runner. That'll do it. So Bardo perfect through 1 inning as he comes in, can't get the 1-2-3, but a 1-2 and 3 will do just the same. 5.5 innings are in the books. 6-5 the lead for the Watertown Rapids, and the Pioneers are coming to bat. You're listening to Mixlr.com and watching live on YouTube. We'll be right back. So as Watertown returns to the field, Davis Zur comes up to the plate here. He's 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout. Zur, when he leads off, is 1 for 2. See what he can do here as he's batting .500 as a leadoff hitter. Zur waits. The delivery and the pitch outside, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. As third base coach Matt Birch hustling his way over there. Davis Zur steps out of the batter's box, letting his manager get down to the third base side. As now, the Pioneers will look and wait. Vanovitz gets set and delivers, and that's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Pioneers, looking to get that 1 run back, they were able to shut out the Rapids in the top half of the 6th, 6-5 ball game, delivered inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here as Zur leads off. As I said, 1 for 2 as a leadoff batter. Not a situation he's experienced too much here in the first few games of the season. The windup and the delivery, and in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As again, here comes Davis Zur. He looks out. Pitcher gets the sign, delivers, and ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Vanovitz continues to try to deal, the Davenport freshman came in, got that last out of the 5th, moving Watertown into the top of the 6th. And now we're into the bottom of the 6th inning. The delivery from Vanovitz. Zur puts one on the ground towards second and tries to hustle it out. The first baseman keeps his foot on the bag barely, and Zur goes 0 for 3. Garrett Schultz coming up. He's got a base on ball and a double, 1 for 1 on the night. So Schultz has shown range, he's shown the arm, and he's shown the ability to hit the ball. Needs to find a way to do it again here. 1 out in the inning, and Schultz will be looking to get the Pioneers on the base pass. He connects up and over the top of the broadcast balcony. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out as Schultz comes back set in the right-hand batter's box. Left-hand pitcher now comes set and delivers. Vanovitz comes inside on Schultz. 1-1-1, a Tioga Downs showdown. As we remind you to head down to Tioga Downs to check out all the newest table games and exciting slot action. Another pitch fouled away there by Schultz. Schultz mumbling to himself there, not happy with how this at-bat is going. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6-5 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pioneers trying to stay alive. As the pitch comes in, Schultz connects, puts it up and into shallow right field. This one dropping down towards the foul line and is caught by the right fielder. So Schultz 1 for 2 on the night now as Kasperzik makes the catch. And that will bring us back to the top of the order. Jeff Mejia coming in, batting 0 for 2. He's got a hit by pitch that got him on base. And we'll see what he can do here. Top of the lineup has not done a ton. Mejia 0 for 2, Moore 0 for 3. So Mejia coming in against the left-handed thrower Vanovitz. Vanovitz looking in. He gets a sign, sets and deals. Mejia takes one for a strike. 0-1 the count. 6-5 score. Bottom of the 6th inning here as the Pioneers trying to battle their way back have not led in this game. That one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. As once again, Mejia gets set there in that left-hand batter's box. The delivery and the pitch, low and low and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Vanovitz comes back set on the mound. Looking in. He delivers and outside. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Vanovitz trying to avoid giving the Pioneers any life. He's worked very quickly through 2 batters and has been excellent out of the bullpen. Wind up, pitch, and in there for a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Count is full. Can't ask for anything more, can Mejia, as he's got a chance here. Looking to make a play as the pitch is thrown in. Ground ball to the right just outside the foul line. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We'll do it again. Thrown down to Vanovitz. Vanovitz getting set on the mound. He looks in as Mejia set in the batter's box. Vanovitz winds, delivers. Mejia hits it right back towards the pitcher, bounces back towards the second base, and Mejia's going to beat it out. Mejia is safe, so he will reach, and we'll see if they mark that as a hit. There's no way that isn't a hit. That's got to be, as Preston Moore heads up. They do count it as a hit. 1 for 3 goes Jeff Mejia, and Moore comes in 0 for 3. He does have an RBI. Would love to put something in a gap and take a chance on tying up this game. Moore batting from the right-hand side of the plate as Mejia and all of his speed is now there at first base. Vanovitz looking in. He waits. He throws over to first, and Mejia gets back in time. So Vanovitz comes set back on the mound. Vanovitz setting again. He looks in. He deals, and did he get him? I thought he got him. That got away from the catcher. Moves the runner to second, and he was looping towards third as he was late realizing that. Moore appeared to have gotten out of the way there, as that will most certainly be a ball. So, Moore steps back in. 2 outs. As we wait again. Moore looking out. Vanovitz delivers, and high. 2 balls, no strikes. Vanovitz waiting. There's a wide open hole there in between first and second right now. If Moore can push a ball through there. Vanovitz delivers, and inside yet again. 3 balls, no strikes. First base is open. They could put Moore on here and attempt to pitch to Teshko, but Teshko has been hot as lightning tonight. 3 balls, no strikes. You got to assume Moore's going to get something good here. As the pitch is in, ball 4. Moore will take a walk. So Moore stays 0 for 3. Vanovitz going to have a conversation with his catcher. And Ryan Teshko batting in the third spot. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Has an RBI. Has a double. And you know he's looking for a chance here. So far, Teshko with runners in scoring position. Well, he's done a lot better tonight. I'll tell you what, he's got an RBI on the night. He's got a double on the night. And he would love another double. That would drive in both runs, put the Pioneers ahead for the first time in this game. They have trailed all night long. They've tied it up twice. As a pitch in for a strike. 0-1 the count. 2 runners on. Big gap on the first base side between first and second there. Second baseman holding on the runner up at second base. See if Teshko can find room to put a ball in play. The pitch coming from Vanovitz. He delivers, and ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Pioneers looking to get things going. 1-1 count. 2 outs. 2 runners on. The pitch and swinging strike number 2. That one a bit high. As now Teshko heads out of the batter's box. He will wait. As now he adjusts himself, gets back in, and looks out. Vanovitz 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. As he sets, delivers, and takes a bounce as Teshko holds up the runners. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down Showdown. Your only place to catch horse-drawn carriage racing. Make sure you check it out right down I-86. The delivery. And Teshko, he's going to get punched out. He thought that was really tight. And Teshko having a conversation with the umpire. He is not happy about the call whatsoever. So Teshko makes a comment, heads to the bench. 2 for 4 with the strikeout there. So when we come back, we will have more action here tonight as the Watertown Rapids come back up in the top of the 7th inning. We'll be right back on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, we are back, as there appears to have been some defensive shuffling out there, as Mason Ruhlman enters the game over there at second base. It will appear that Berg has moved to shortstop, and that will move Davis Zur out of this ball game. So another opportunity here for the Watertown Rapids as they start off the inning with a hit real quick, not wasting any time, as pretty crazy as everything gets started. We talk about the change-ups there, but that brings in some more interesting situations as Tony Sochi goes 2 for 4 on the night, has 2 singles now, as again, this is going to be Vinny DeRubies as he gets hit. And so on 2 pitches, runners are now at first and second. So Michael Rounds will come up 2 for 3. He's got a double and an RBI. And right now looking a little bit wild as Alex Bardo trying to settle himself down and work himself back into this inning. As we see Rounds come in, he will bat from the left-hand side as the windup and the pitch high and outside for ball number 1. So we say it again, has not been the inning of choice for the Pioneers here in the top half thus far. As the windup and the pitch, swinging strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. As we look down, don't see any Pioneers warming up yet. Maybe somebody heading down there to get loose. Don't want to have too much of an issue, as the Pioneers still looking to get out of this winning streak, or out of this losing streak, excuse me. Looking to get back onto a winning streak as Bardo throws for a ball there. 2 balls, 1 strike. We look down again. So, another opportunity here for Bardo. He's got 2 balls, 1 strike. He throws and grounded to second base. This could be a double play. Ruhlman turns it over the shortstop and fired to first. Will be a double play. Great play there by the Pioneers to turn 2. Mason Ruhlman coming into the game and making a very quick impact on the Michael Rounds ground out, turning it into 2. So a double play as Brandon Taylor comes up. Taylor batting 2 for 3 on the night. He's had a couple of RBIs. He's got a runner on third now with 2 out, as it appears Trey Harmon getting loose in the bullpen. We'll see if he's going to make an appearance here. So another opportunity, trying to work their way out of this inning. The Pioneers still trailing by just a run. Pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Taylor certainly going to play defensively here. He does have a strikeout on the night, but also has a double and 2 RBIs. So 0-1. The windup, the pitch. In there for a strike. 0-2 the count. 2 strikes, no balls, 2 outs as the Pioneers try to escape the top of the 7th. And once again, we wait. Gets the sign. Bardo checks the runner at third. He winds, delivers, swinging strike number 3, and that will do it. Another strikeout for Taylor. Taylor goes 2 for 4, 2 strikeouts. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers on Mixlr.com. So the Pioneers work their way out of danger and getting a little close up here as the Pioneers coming back here, trying to find their way back into this one. We'll see what they can do. The Pioneers with just, 9 offensive outs remaining. If they need them, they'll hope to eliminate that opportunity. If they can pull ahead here in the bottom half of the 7th, they would have 6 defensive outs to get. But not going to be easy for them. You can mark that one down as Matt Birch trying to beat his batter to the box this time. As now Cam Redding comes up. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout, but this will be his first opportunity as he goes up against Spencer Vanovitz. Vanovitz looking down, see what he can do here. Redding as the leadoff batter. We talked about this a little bit earlier. He's 1 for 1. Swings, pops one up. Second baseman trying to get the read on it. Redding upset with himself. That one is caught by the second baseman who was sprawling to try to get there. And Redding goes 1 for 4. That'll bring up Kyle Richardson. Richardson 1 for 3 on the night as well. Richardson and Redding both getting their hits in the same inning. That was back in the 5th. As now they really need to get something started here. We're into the bottom of the 7th. Pioneers trail by just 1. The delivery and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out on the boards as the Pioneers trying to get going here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Wind up, delivery, and swinging strike. So 1-1-1. We're at a Tioga Downs showdown as the Rapids and the Pioneers clashing for the first time this season. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now Kyle Richardson trying to find his way into this ballgame, wants to make an impact here. He's got 1 strikeout on the night already. 1 for 3 as Nathan Berg stands next to come up. See what happens as the delivery bounces up to the plate. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. As Richardson, the freshman catcher from Zionsville, Indiana, he's got a ton of accolades. His first year at East Tennessee, Richardson has been impressive behind the dish with a .991 fielding percentage. The batting, not as great as he strikes out there for the second time in the game. 1 for 4 as Berg comes up. He's got a base on balls. He's got an RBI. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Berg is moved to shortstop. We'll see what that does for the hitting aspect of the game as he comes up yet again, batting from the right-hand side. Berg from Xavier. That pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. As again, on deck, Brennan Dorigi. He's 0 for 3 on the night. Has not been a good start to the season for Dorigi. As Berg takes ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. As Vanovitz maybe looking past Berg and thinking, we'll just throw everything outside. If he swings, great. But if not, a 3-0 count. Dorigi has not had a night to remember, that's for sure. So we'll see. Questions abound as Nathan Berg. He's got 2 letters in ice hockey as well. He played quarterback for 3 seasons back in high school. He's a New Prague, Minnesota native. As Berg waits, 3-0. He takes ball 4. Berg is going to head to first, so he gets his second base on balls of the night. So with 2 outs, the Pioneers get a runner. And Excellus Blue Cross Bat Boy makes the save there of the bat and the leg guard as Brennan Dorigi heads to the batter's box. And on deck, Mason Ruhlman now. So Ruhlman will enter the game. As we said, he entered the game playing second base when Nathan Berg moved over to short. Zur coming out, hopefully not injured or anything of that nature. Hopefully just rotating through the lineup in the home base dugout as the throw over is way too late as once again Berg gets set at first. The windup, the delivery, big swing there as Dorigi looking for the outfield fence. 0-1 the count. So Vanovitz adjusting himself. Dorigi waits again. The home plate umpire dusting off home base as he looks to get a better look. Now Vanovitz appears to be ready. Derigi steps back into the batter's box. He's looking to keep this inning alive. Just needs to make contact. As Derigi waits. Vanovitz winds, delivers, and that one gets by. And off again goes Berg. Berg heading around second, going towards third. He's going to make it all the way into third base, and he does. Comes around after the pass ball gets him to second. The catcher had some trouble finding it, so Berg gets to third. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, and a chance for Derigi to drive in a run and tie up this ball game. So, Derigi, 0 for 3 on the night. Would not be a terrible time to break that over. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Derigi waits. He swings. 1 more strike up there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs as Brennan Derigi, with a runner on third, looking for a chance to drive in that run, tie up this ball game. A pitch in there for a strike. He punches out Derigi, and Derigi goes 0 for 4, leaves the runner stranded on third, and the Pioneers go back to the field. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers on Mixlr.com. All right, so a new pitcher here for the Elmira Pioneers as Trey Harmon heads out to the strip on the mound. See what he can do here in the top half of the 8th. Want to remind everybody once again, our pregame show earlier tonight was sponsored by Miller's Mowing. If your field isn't game day ready, give them a call, 607-302-8226. We also want to thank Marion Decker Insurance, who has been helping people in Elmira for over 34 years. Shouldn't you have an ace in the bullpen? Call 607-734-1100 and protect yourself today. So, Harmon comes in, and he will throw the ball for at least the 8th inning. We'll see what happens. As once again, the Watertown Rapids coming to the dish. They have a 1-run lead as Cale Showers, the catcher, 0 for 3 on the night. Showers stepping in. He waits. Gets set as Harmon will throw his first pitch of the night. Harmon waits. He deals, and in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Harmon, who you normally think of mostly as a first baseman, but also has done some pitching this year, has an inning under his belt already in the summer season as he throws ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike so far here for the Pioneers. As now Harmon gets set. He winds and deals, and that one hit towards the shortstop. He waits, he throws, and in there for out number 1. Showers, 0 for 4 on the day. Danny DiMarzo. As I was saying before, Trey Harmon, that'll bring up pitch just 1 inning, allowed a hit and an earned run, also has a strikeout, so he'll take that 9 ERA and move that down a few notches here if he can get through the 8th and 9th tonight. Harmon sets and deals. Big swing there, 0-1 the count. So DiMarzo 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts already on the night as Harmon trying to put him down again. Harmon would love to move up those strikeout numbers. Throws again. That one is inside corner. 0-2 the count. DiMarzo has not seen the ball very well tonight. As I said already, 2 strikeouts as the Pioneers looking to make it 3 outside, 1-2. Harmon, that one looked like a slider coming over. It started in the middle and moved its way back out. So Harmon waits. He winds and deals, bounces it up to the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out already as Harmon trying to make his way quickly through this top of the 8th. Harmon comes set. He deals and ball 3. Says a little inside, says the home plate umpire. So DiMarzo waiting again as Harmon gets set with the full count. Deals and high, ball 4. So DiMarzo keeps his 0 for 3 and will head down to first with a base on balls. As Nate Chase makes his way up to the dish. He's 0 for 3 on the day as well. The Pioneers will certainly be looking to get a ground ball action here as they want to keep the score exactly the same and hopefully turn out the 8th inning as quickly as possible. So, Nate Chase, number 9 batter. He squares to bunt and pulls back. 1-0 the count. As Harmon comes set. He checks the runner at first. He waits. Now he gets the sign and deals. Swing, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Tioga down, showdown. As Harmon pitching out of the stretch here. He comes set. Looks back and comes forward. Throwing that one in low. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Harmon coming set yet again. He checks the runner at first. He comes set, gets the sign, pitches, and ball 3. Harmon not liking the size of the strike zone. He certainly feels like he's being squeezed down there. Nobody down in that Pioneers bullpen. As this is Harmon's mess to work through. As he waits. Delivers. Swinging strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And Harmon wants to get out of this one. We'll see what he can do here. Harmon checks the runner at first. Very, very small lead from first base as he sets, working out of the rotation. He throws one in there low, ball 4. Runners at first and second. And upcoming next, Emil Matty, 3 for 4 on the night. He is a first pitch swinger, so Harmon will have to be aware of that. As Emil Matty coming into the box. He waits. As once again, Harmon comes set. Working out of the stretch. He looks down, gets a sign. Looks back at the runner at second. Again, very small leads. The bottom of the order, not the fastest part of it. As he throws in there, strike 1, 0-1 the count. So, Harmon waits again. He looks down at the catcher. Gets a sign, looks back towards the runner at second. Works into his windup and delivers. Matty fouls one off there. No balls, 2 strikes. As that one came right back towards the broadcast booth. Pioneers trailing by 1 here in the top of the 8th, 6-5. As once again, Trey Harmon out on the mound. The Kentucky freshman coming set. He looks in, delivers, swinging strike, and he gets Matty down. 3 for 5 on the day is Matty, as now he's got a strikeout next to his name as well. Big at bat there, as now we look, and it's going to be a tough one here for Kasperzik. He's 1 for 4. He's got the double. He's got an RBI. Harmon certainly a different pitcher out there than anything he's faced so far. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Deuces are wild as Kasperzik comes up. The line from Harmon. Delivery outside. 1 ball, no strikes. And once again, Harmon taking his time, getting back on the rubber. As he waits, he looks down at the batter, gets the sign. Now he comes set. Looks back at the runner at second. He winds, delivers, and inside. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Pioneers have made it all the way towards this end part of the game. They need to find a way to get some runs, though. And to do that, they got to get in the batter's box. So right now, they've got to get through this top half of the 8th. Harmon looks back at second. He winds, he deals. Fouled away as that one goes into the stands. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Harmon looking to get out of this inning. Trey Harmon getting some dirt on his hands, and now he rubs them off on his pants as he continues to try to find the grip he's looking for on this ball. Harmon checks the runner at second. He sets, he winds, and deals. This one popped up. This should be an out here. As coming in, third baseman will make the grab, and that will do it as the Pioneers work their way out of danger. 6-5 here in the middle of the 8th inning. Pioneers coming up next. A lot of work to do, but they can do it. We'll see what happens after this. You're listening to Mixlr.com and watching live here on YouTube.com. We'll be right back. All right, and with that, the Pioneers will be coming up. Got a new pitcher out on the mound. As once again, Ruhlman will get his first at-bats. The new pitcher will be number 33, James Crick, heads out to the mound for the Watertown team. He's a sophomore out of Hillsdale. As once again, Crick comes out. He's a right-handed thrower. A left-handed batter, though, surprisingly, out of Downers Grove, Illinois. So we'll see what Crick is met with out on the mound, as his first opponent is not going to be easy for him by any stretch of the imagination. Mason Ruhlman comes out here. He's had 7 chances to lead off, batting just 143 as a leadoff hitter. As here he comes heading towards the dish. As Watertown trying to close this out, they need 6 defensive outs to do it. And the Pioneers certainly not going to make it easy on them. So Ruhlman, 5'10", junior infielder from the University of Minnesota Crookston. He's originally from Michigan. He's here for his second year with the Pioneers and has certainly been a huge factor in the early success back in those first 2 home games. We'll see if he can pull out some surprises here and get the Pioneers back on the right path. The pitch, big swing there by Ruhlman, and nothing doing as he substitutes in for Davis Zur. So Ruhlman would love to get something started here. We'll see. As he's the first one to greet the new pitcher, Crick. Swing and a miss. So 2 quick strikes as Ruhlman comes in swinging for the fences. Mason getting set. 0-2 the count. We're here in the bottom of the 8th. Swing, or another pitch there, and rung him up. That one looked outside to me. Ruhlman walks right back to the dugout, so 1 out already, and that'll bring up Garrett Schultz. Schultz comes up batting 1 for 2. He's got a base on balls and a double today. So clearly could be a catalyst, but he'll need to find a way to get on base. That will start everything else. Schultz looking. He gets ball 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. So again, coming to pitch is Crick. Crick delivers. Ball 2 balls, no strikes. Was a little weird as Ruhlman came in. He came out cutting and then finally took a pitch, and it was called a strike, excuse me, as he struck out there on 3 straight pitches. Ruhlman, who I was just talking about, went down on 3 straight pitches. The next 3 pitches have all been called balls. As Garrett Schultz, 1 for 2, he's got a double and a base on balls here tonight. He awaits the next one. This one is in. That's going to be a strike. So Crick finding his motion out there, and we'll see what comes next for Garrett Schultz. Crick on the season, he's 1-0 as he walks Garrett Schultz. So Schultz gets his second base on balls of the night, and that returns us to the top of the order. And that means Jeff Mejia comes out. He's 1 for 3. He does have a hit by pitch on his repertoire here tonight. But focusing back on Crick for just a second, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, and had 3 strikeouts. So only faced 12 batters. It's a young season for him. As now Crick will wind, deliver, and that's in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Runner at first, the very speedy Garrett Schultz. We've seen him work in the outfield. See if he decides to tempt fate here. As the wind and the deal, that's going to be low. As Mejia holds up a hand. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another tag-down showdown. As we'll see what Crick chooses to throw here. Mejia certainly going to be trying to find a way on base. Crick throws way outside the base path, so easy to get back for Schultz. As I said, Schultz certainly has speed. We'll see if he chooses to try to use it here. He stares down Crick as Crick goes home, throws in for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. And you know Schultz would love to get to second base. Maybe a little hard here with a possibility of a strikeout, but Mejia certainly could put the bat on the ball. And if Schultz is on the move, could drive him a little bit further. Schultz is on the move, swinging strike as Schultz gets down and he gets tagged out. So exactly as I called it, I had just finished saying it, and he was unhappy as Schultz not happy with the call. Don't know if he just got a bad jump or what, but Schultz is out. Mejia strikes out, so he goes 1 for 4, and that brings us to the top of the 9th inning. Pioneers need 3 outs to get themselves through and into the bottom of the 9th with one last chance to pull something off. We'll be right back. You're listening to Elmira Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, the Pioneers back here for the top of the ninth. Coming up to bat, Tony Sachi. He's had a decent night, 2 for 4. He's got a couple of singles there. As he swings and misses, strike one. So seeing the arm of Trey Harmon, number 4 first baseman in the country, certainly should be up there with the pitching as well. Harmon winds, he deals, and that one skips by, hits off the umpire's leg. As that one skipped, the umpire's going to take a little bit of a walk. As that one certainly caught him. And Harmon having a discussion now with his catcher. Like I said, that one skipped on him a little bit. 1 ball, 1 strike count. As the umpire appears to be okay, he will head back behind the plate as Cam Redding heads back there as well. So, Harmon now looking. 1-1 count. He winds and deals. Swinging strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to make the first out of the top of the ninth inning. Elmira trailing Watertown by just a run. Harmon winds and deals. That one in there for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As now Harmon waits again. Harmon already threw an inning here tonight. This is his second inning of work. It's just his third of the season as he skips one there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. As Cam Redding shaking out his hand a little bit. That one certainly hopped on him and gave him a little trouble. Hopefully he's okay. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Trey Harmon ready to deal to Tony Sachi. Sachi's in there. Harmon winds and deals. Ball 4, according to the umpire, and Harmon not happy at all. So Sachi heads down to first. That brings in Vinny DeRubius. DeRubius has had an unbelievable night. 3 for 3, a double, a triple, a single, and a hit by pitch. So DeRubius a home run away from the cycle. Trey Harmon certainly not looking to give that up as he pitches. That one is in for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Harmon really looking upset out there, shaking his head almost after every pitch. Looks over towards first as Harmon awaits. Winds up. Delivers. That one's hit towards third. Eats up the third baseman. Bounces out to left field. And that one will be in. So I think that one's going to count as an error. We'll have to wait and see. As that one definitely ate up the third baseman. Waiting for the official ruling. Pioneers certainly can't be happy. Runners on second and third again as Michael Rounds comes up. No error showing up quite yet, so as of right now, there's the error. 3 for 4 for DeRubius on the night. He reached on an error as Watertown threatening yet again. Opportunity here for Trey Harmon. Wind up and an attempted stolen base of third, and there's a tag out as a beautiful play by Cam Redding down to the third baseman, and that'll be the first out of the inning. On the attempted steal of third, as there's some complaining going on down there from Tony Sachi. Sachi saying he wasn't tagged. The infield umpire disagreeing, and that's 1 out on the tarmac up there, holding things down as they're pointing over to first. Not sure what's going on there. So, as Redding was directing traffic back to first base, now we'll see. As Trey Harmon gets set, he delivers, and that one inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike up on the board. As now we're in the top of the ninth. A ground out could be business for the Pioneers. As that one thrown over to first very quickly. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. We are in a Tioga Down showdown as the Pioneers looking for that ground ball double play. As Harmon gets set, delivers inside ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Harmon still not loving the count he's getting. Objecting almost every pitch. May not be audible, but it's definitely noticeable. Harmon winds, deals. That one's hit towards the shortstop, eats up the shortstop, and the left fielder coming in trying to get there. The center fielder will be the one to reach it, and that will put runners on the corners. As just an error in fielding there from Nathan Berg. So that'll hold up the play. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Brandon Taylor comes to the dish, 2 for 4, 2 strikeouts, a double, 2 RBIs. And the Pioneers, they've had a couple of chances here to get out of this inning and just some poor fielding. So another chance here as Trey Harmon stares down. He looks at third, he looks back at first, he winds, delivers, and in there for ball 1. Cam Redding will ask for a new ball. Throws it back out to Harmon. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out as Harmon steps back on the mound, trying to get out of this bottom or the top of the 9th, wanting to get a chance here for his Pioneers as the ball is thrown down to second and the runner makes it from first to second. 2 balls, no strikes as runners at second and third. So, interesting time of the game. You've got Taylor down there. Taylor's 2 for 4. Hold on, 1-1-1. Excuse me. Thought that the second pitch there was called a ball. It apparently was a ball, a strike, as that one is off the corner for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. As now Trey Harmon getting set on the mound. Creeping closer and closer to the 10 o'clock hour here. As the Pioneers still getting set to bat in the bottom of the 9th. Harmon will step off. And again, he's dealing with Taylor. Up next, he's got Showers, then DeMarzo, both 0 for the night. You wonder what strategy Harmon looks at here as Harmon waits. He winds, he deals, and swinging foul ball there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Harmon trying to get out of this inning. As once again, Trey Harmon steps on the rubber. He looks in. He's got Taylor, the third baseman, in at the right-handed batter's box, trying to get through this. The wind and deal. Swinging strike, and Harmon gets out of that trouble, but still runners at second and third, as that'll be the 3rd strikeout of the night for Taylor, who moves to 2-5. And now conversation coming here as it appears Matt Birch has his lineup card out, and we'll see what happens. You would assume Harmon would stay in the game. I'd be very surprised as I haven't seen anybody down there in the pen. As again, see what happens here. Harmon's still holding on to that ball. Matt Birch is out there. He did have his lineup card out. One would assume he's calling the umpire to the pitcher's mound, so I assume that we are going to see a switch here. As with 2 outs, top of the 9th, the Pioneers, now more discussion here as the umpires both go out. So we'll see. I'm not sure what's happening here. The umpire's discussing something. So Matt Birch and the umpires have a discussion. As now they will break it up. Harmon stays in there. Not sure what that was all about. As Birch heads back to the dugout. They're going to intentionally walk Kale Showers and bring up Danny DeMarzo. So, interesting. That's our first intentional base on balls. As that loads the bases, and Harmon will look to get out of this. I'm not sure about that. 0 for 4 was Kale Showers. DeMarzo 0 for 3. Yes, he's got 2 strikeouts, but he also has worked the walk. And with the way Harmon's been pitching, there's a fouled off strike, and we remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber collision. Harmon has not had the greatest control, so a little bit of something to be concerned with here, as Showers might have been the safer bet, but instead we get DeMarzo. 0-1 the count. Harmon toes the rubber. He waits, looks back, comes set, winds and deals. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, as Harmon just trying to work his way through this top half of the ninth. So, Harmon waits. He winds and deals. Bounces 1, 2 balls, 1 strike. This is where you ask the question, was Showers the better bet? Showers has truly struggled tonight. DeMarzo, again, worked a walk. Yes, he has 2 strikeouts, but it's a question of you take the force at any base, and Matt Birch said yes. So the windup here from Harmon. Swinging strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We've got another Tioga Downs showdown, and we remind you, you can be an all-star. Head on down to Tioga Downs and watch the concert this summer as Smash Mouth comes to upstate New York. Harmon waits. He winds. He deals. Fouled off. That one will keep the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 6-5 ball game. The Watertown Rapids have 14 hits. The Pioneers have but 7. And it's going to be an interesting bottom half of the ninth no matter what happens here. But now the Pioneers trying to keep the deficit at just 1. As the pitch swung, hit back up over the press box here. And that's another reason to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber collision. Harmon, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 6-5 ball game in favor of the Watertown Rapids. Bases are loaded, and Harmon needs to find a way out of this inning. Harmon winds and deals in and high. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It cannot get any more dramatic than this, as Harmon has the bases jacked. We'll see what Danny DeMarzo can do here. 2 strikeouts and a base on balls on the night. Harmon must hit a strike, and he does not. That's ball 4, drives in a run, and now the Pioneers trail 7-5. So DeMarzo with the second base on balls on the night and gets the RBI as Nate Chase comes in. 0 for 3 has a base on balls here tonight. Again, this is where the question will be asked in the postgame. You had Kale Showers, 0 for 4, hadn't walked, struck out twice, as now, once again, off the side, 1-0. Was that the right play, as now Nate Chase, 0 for 3. He does have the base on balls. So, another attempt, wind up, and the pitch, high. 2 balls, no strikes. Harmon going to get a talking with Cam Redding, as Redding comes out, trying to calm down Trey Harmon. As we look out towards the bullpen, no action down there. So, Redding smacks his pitcher on the side and says, let's go. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. As the Pioneers trail 7-5. Bottom of the ninth will be upcoming as soon as they make this out. And the Pioneers still very much alive. The pitch in there for a strike. So just a little talking to seems to be all Trey Harmon needed, as Cam Redding now back behind the dish. Redding waits. The windup and the pitch. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Tioga Downs showdown as Trey Harmon looks to get his way out of this one. Here's the pitch. The windup and ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And again, it's pushed to the max. As now Harmon comes set. He looks down, he winds, he deals, and strike 3. He punches him out, and that will do it. Top of the ninth is over. 7-5 the score. The Pioneers need 2. We'll be right back. You're listening to Elmira Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, when we are back here, bottom of the ninth inning, Preston Moore looks to be the first one up to the plate. Moore has gone 0 for 3 on the day, does have a base on balls and an RBI. See what he can do. As once again, more balls being brought out to the umpire. The pitcher still out there is James Crick. Crick will try to close this one out as Watertown provided themselves an insurance run back in the top half of the ninth. Before that, nobody had scored since the fifth inning. 3 runs apiece in the top and bottom of the of the fifth, as once again, the Pioneers looking to climb out of a hole. Preston Moore coming out. He's leading off the inning yet again. So we'll see what Moore can do leading off the inning. Again, he had 3 at-bats, batting .667, so he was 2 for 3 coming into today. As Moore waits on the pitch. The delivery, and that one bounces away and hits. No, that hit. As he was heading down to first, but no, the umpire says it hit the end of the bat. So hold on a second here. This is an interesting scenario. Moore thought he was going to first. As we wait. 0-1 the count as the umpire saying it hit off the end of the bat. So not only not getting first base, he goes down 0-1. Moore. That one's thrown in there. 1-1. Evens up the count real quick. So Moore comes set again. He looks down. Crick delivers. Hit hard there, and Moore, as now Ryan Teshko comes up. So Teshko makes his way to the dish. On deck circle. So appears as though the Pioneers will keep the lineup the same. Not going to make any variations at this stage of the game. As Teshko comes up. He's batting 2 for 4, has a double, has a strikeout. As he will take strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike. Pioneers trailing by 2. As once again, Teshko waits. He sets and delivers. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Taugadown showdown pitch. As Teshko desperately trying to get something started here in the bottom of the ninth. Pioneers trying to avoid stretching that losing streak to 5. Teshko hits one towards third, eats up the third baseman quickly. He throws it over, and Teshko is out. So 2 quick outs, and now Cam Redding will have the last out of the game on his shoulders. Redding heads out to the dish. See what he can do as Kyle Richardson heads out to the on-deck circle. None of it matters if Redding can't get a hit. Pioneers trail by 2. As Redding steps in. He comes set. James Crick looking to end this ball game as Redding is waiting. The pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Crick steps back on the rubber as he waits. Now he gets the sign, comes set, and deals. Redding will take strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Redding talking to himself now. As Crick will look in, staring daggers towards home plate. Crick comes set, he delivers, and swinging strike 2. As Redding will have 1 final strike left in his arsenal here. He needs to be able to get a hit, get on base somehow. Redding steps back into the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pioneers looking to stay alive here. And the windup and the pitch. Cut on and fouled back by Cam Redding. So, Redding waits. Pitcher sets. He stares in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Redding trying to keep this alive. That one low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. reminding you to head down to Tioga Downs this summer. Check out all the great things going on down there, including the brand new hotel. You will not have a better night's sleep than at the Tioga Downs Hotel. Crick comes set. He winds. He delivers. Redding hits one out towards the gap, and it gets down. Redding is around first, heading for second. Redding will get there, and Redding with the double here in the bottom of the ninth keeps the Pioneers' hopes alive, and that will bring up Kyle Richardson. Richardson, 1 for 4 on the night, has 2 strikeouts, and they will go get the batting attire from Cam Redding as he heads back, and it appears as though Quinn Buffington is going to take over the running duties. Richardson comes out. Buffington goes to pinch run. As Buffington heads out, he will set. You would assume you want speed on the base pass, and that's why Quinn Buffington heads out, as now the manager will have a conversation with the Watertown hurler. So Buffington finally enters the game here. The hurler gets the word from the manager, and now Richardson batting 1 for 4. He's got 2 strikeouts on the night. Will be looking to clear that all out of his mind and get a hit. Elmira, 2 outs. So this is where they've done some of their best hitting of the season, is with 2 outs. 2 outs here in the ninth. 7-5 ball game in favor of Watertown. The pitch, and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. So, Buffington taking a pretty good lead off second base there. As the windup and the pitch hit there by Richardson into shallow right and will be caught easily. And that will do it. Watertown gets the victory as Buffington unable to secure the run that he came in and pinch ran for. Final score, 7-5 in favor of Watertown. Watertown 14 hits, the Pioneers 8 hits, each side with an error. Watertown closes out the game, able to secure the victory 7-5. And just unfortunately, things did not go the right way for the Pioneers tonight. Pioneers will be back in action tomorrow as they look to get set against those Newark Pilots who really started off this losing streak. So going to be a lot of action in terms of retribution for the Pioneers, hopefully tomorrow, as they look to break now a 5-game losing streak that started with the Newark Pilots. So that's on deck tomorrow. Also, tomorrow is Scout Night, so don't forget to stop on by and bring your scout to the game. We'll be here live broadcasting from Dunn Field. I'm John Clement. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Elmira.